Everybody, welcome back to my channel, unless of course you're new here, in which case, hi, hello, my name is Ashley, and welcome to my random little corner of the internet. As you can tell from today's title, we're going to talk about the books that I read in August. Was not all the ones that I spun for. I think there was, a total of 7? 7 seems right? Yes. I read 4 of them. However, we did also discuss that I don't know what I'm going to do as punishment, but I'm also not going to play my game probably again until November, because September is a Magical Readathon, and I'm hoping, crossing fingers, that Becca in the Books does Spookopoly in October. So really, I won't do my game again until November, so I have plenty of time to figure out punishment for not having read them. But we're just going to talk about the ones that I did read. It was a pretty good month. It was a pretty good month. I did read good books. I mean, none of these were books that I was like, okay. So I started, Wings and the Serpent of the Night or something like that, or Serpent and the Wings of the Night. I can't get into it. My sister's like, you have to, it's slow at the beginning, and like, that happens, you know. I couldn't get into it. So technically, I guess that was a DNF, but it's not a DNF. I'll try again later. So it's more of like a not right now type situation. Whatever. But anyway, so the first book we're going to talk about is Mythos by Jason Headley. It was a reread because I rolled it for reread a favorite. I still enjoyed it. The writing is very... The story's very fast. It's a very juvenile story. But it's still so cute, and I still love it. And it's one of those situations where, like, is it winning awards? Is it fantastic writing? I love Jason. If somehow he sees this, I love him so much. I love this, but I love this book so much, and it's so cute, and it's still a 4-star. It is what it is. It's wonderful, and I loved it. Next up, I read Starsight by Brandon Sanderson, and it was a sequel to Skyward, which was 5-star. No surprises. Starsight's also a 5-star. In this one, we follow a lot more of just Spensa, that's her name, because her call sign's Spen. We follow a lot more of Spensa because she uses her powers that she discovers she has in the first book to travel to what she thinks is like the villain, the bad guy's base, and we spend the whole time there. She's at home in the first little bit, and then at the very end, she makes some new friends and realizes maybe the bad guys aren't the bad guys. I know I said that at the end of the last one too, but yeah. So anyways, another 5-star. Absolutely loved it. So, yes. And this is one of those ones that's like, I know that we don't want everything to be made into movies and TVs because they tend to mess it up, but I really do think that this series would make a good movie, TV series. I don't know. I said the same thing about Aurora Rising, and I think that they, like the Aurora cycle, I think they'd be very similar in their movie styles, but anyways, 5 stars. Next up, I did read this one on audio, and that was The Mayor of Maxwell Street by Avery Cunningham, and I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. The twist at the end of like who the Mayor of Maxwell Street is, I should have seen coming. At the beginning, I was like, I know who this is, and I know what it's going to be, and then at the end, I'm still like, okay, yeah, no. It's one of those situations, but it was great, and it was great to see. My only qualms with it was that our main character, whose name is Nellie, they call her Nellie, is just, she's one of those characters, it's like, oh, everybody loves her because she's so beautiful, and like every man that she comes in contact with, but yet she's so naive about it, and that was kind of annoying, but the rest of the story was so good that it didn't matter, and it's still a 5-star. It was fantastic. I loved it. Read this. It's a little bit of a chunker. The narrator, I want to say, is Bodhi. Ooh. I can't remember. I'm going to put her name right here. Loved it. Loved it. I've listened to other things that she's narrated, and she's fantastic. So, absolutely. Loved it. Fantastic. 5-star. And then the last book that I read, this is going to be a really short wrap-up. I've only been filming for like 5 minutes, and more than likely going to edit some things out. We'll see. So the last book that I read was A Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. And I have seen this everywhere. I saw it all over Facebook, all over, like, I was getting targeted ads, I was getting it on TikTok, and I was like, I don't need a new book right now, But then speaking of Jason Headley, his Easy Cat book club decided this was going to be our August read, and I haven't kept up with the book club every month, but then when he announced that this was going to be our book, I was like, well, dang, you just gave me permission to buy this book, and it was really cute. If you are looking for a whole lot of action, this is not it. This is a very cozy book. Takes place with a girl who, she lives in the big city, but there's a revolution coming and they're burning everything down, including the library that she lives in. So her and her sentient spider plant named Kaz load all the books up and escape to where she is originally from. Her name is Keela, I think is how you pronounce it. It's Kiela. So they escape back to the city that she is originally from. When she is there, she sets up a jam shop because anybody who's not working for the Empire is not allowed to use magic. And so she's hiding all the spell books. Nobody can know that she has these because then that would be stealing, even though the library's burned to the ground. It's a lot. There is a very cutesy romance, very oblivious romance. Like, clearly the guy is into her. Everyone else in town sees it. She doesn't, because she's one of those women that's like, oh, he couldn't possibly like me, there's nothing about me to like, but she's also the kind of person that's like, is that person mad at me? Like, what, did I do something wrong? There's literally a paragraph in which she's like, did I smile weird? Is he mad at me? Like, to some random passerby. That random passerby ended up being like the worst character in the book, but he existed. But Kaz, the sentient spider plant, is my favorite. And everyone else we use Fable for our book clubs. And everybody was saying that Kaz was the best because he is. Like, everybody needs an assistant who's a sentient spider plant. He has no eyes, he has no mouth. He gets around with his leaves, but yet still talks and can see everything. I don't know. Magic. But yeah, that's going to be it. That is it. I read 4 books in August. It wasn't a terrible month. It was just a slow month. I am very happy that the books that I did read were fantastic. So that's all good. I am going to be posting my September TBR really soon because it's time for Magical Readathon. And I'm so excited for that. So, yeah. What did you read in August? Did you enjoy all of it? Did you read a really, really good one? What was your favorite book that you read in August? Have you read any of the 4 books that I read this month? Or are any of them intriguing enough that you think you might go read them? But that's going to be it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button as well as the big red subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always notified every time that I upload. And until next time, bye!